Good morning, France. Where's my art window? Here's my art window. Hi. Do we have a meta today? Cephacintus audax. Okay, they go up to 5 to 6 meters long or 16 to 20 feet long. And most known specimen referred to as the fish within a fish, which had near perfectly preserved a Gilcus arcut, arcautus inside of it. Fascinatingly, it was almost the state fossil of Kansas. Wow. Knowledge, first thing in the morning. Fantasy might not be here today. So we already know that. Mr. Brightside. Hello, I haven't seen you in ages. How you doing? Throwing up all the mocha lurks you can. Well, thank you for coming by. Enjoy your sleeps, my good sir. Uthway, good morning. Conk, good morning. Necromancer, good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm scratching my leg. It was itchy. I don't know what we're doing today. I have no idea. Crafting night was kind of basically canceled, so I didn't get any of my embroidery done. Knowledge flashbang, yep. Maybe I'll have to do that with the Meowmote. Make one of the animated ones. The light bulb comes up and just whites out the emote box. Let's see. What was I doing? My headphones are low on battery because I forgot to charge them, so I might have to switch to my speaker temporarily to charge them later in the stream. I kind of want to do just Minecraft today. I was thinking of doing some writing, but I didn't get around to setting up my Obsidian yesterday with all of my files and taking everything out of Scrivener for the Witch Hunter Society. I keep wanting to call it Witching Hour because that's what I called it for like 20 years. There's so many things called the Witching Hour that I'm just like, I'm gonna change the name finally. The sentimentality of the name is wearing off over the versus the ubiquity of it. Conch Lobster is tired. Okay, so we're gonna grab the meta first. We're gonna grab the meta first. A new tab. Paste. We'll grab a picture. Where's the fish within a fish picture? That is so freaking neat. It's got very much Dunkleosteus vibes. Well, where are we doing? New from clipboard. There's another cool picture of one of those skeletons. Somebody's very badly painted other things out. Doesn't it have some Dunkleosteus vibes? But the fish within a fish thing is pretty neat. I don't know if this is the real one. Because it looks like somebody's dropped that picture in there. But that seems pretty neat. Yeah, I think that other one that I have is fake. The skull is pretty neat though. Yeah, that other one is badly edited. The skull's pretty rad. He gives me Dunkleosteus vibes. I mean, Dunkleosteus is still cooler. And I love that you're introducing me to these things because monstrous fish are terrifying and amazing. I hate the ocean. I hate the ocean as much as I hate space. It's deadly, it's dangerous. I prefer dry land at standard gravity. This isn't helping. Well, at least this thing is dead. Harley, hello, good morning. How are you doing, friend? Suffering? You suffering? We're all suffering. It's fine. You'll be okay. You've got friends to get you through it. Tired of life? Well, don't be, because life is amazing and exciting. And sometimes you have tired days, sometimes you have bad days. But you know what? For the most part, I think days are generally pretty good, especially when you're alive. Live days are good days. I spent 20 years basically being a zombie to depression, so being undead, not the best. Giant fish. Look at all them bones. Fish are very bony. It's annoying to eat fish when they haven't removed the bones ahead of time. I need to take my medicine. Meph isn't here to remind us about medicine. It's time for the Murdockas. The stairs forward. You want a stairmaster? Yeah, the first was the wrong kind of stairs. See, necromancers aren't dead, though. They're usually alive. It's all their minions that are undead. Don't get yourself confused here. You're alive, too. Unless you're an undead necromancer, in which case. You know, considering the fact that I slept very poorly last night, I have a lot of energy today. I was in a lot of pain last night. My knee is... There is something seriously fucking wrong with my knee. Every day it gets a little bit worse. I just put my mug down, cunt. I am in gremlin mode today, and I hope that, you know, it wears off on you guys and turns you into gremlin mode today too. Because gremlin mode is fun mode, it's happy mode. Despite the fact that I am in tremendous pain from my knee, it's okay. Pain lets you know you're still alive. But no, being in pain kind of sucks. So if you have painkillers and you're in pain, make sure you take your painkillers. You didn't get enough hours of sleep to be gremlin mode? Oh, Uthway. I got just enough... They're gonna make a gremlin... Oh my fucking god! Can they just make something new? Oh! I hate all these, like, weird, like, 30 years later reboots that we're getting. I really hope that Spaceballs 2 is going to be a parody of all of these, like, after age reboots of these IPs. But you know what? It makes sense because the IP protections are probably running out on them. That's probably why they're doing it. All these companies are like, oh, we haven't done anything with this IP, and it's about to be released. So we have to use it in order to maintain our ownership of it. Because I think personal IP never runs out, but commercial IP does. I don't really know. I'm not an IP lawyer. Not any kind of lawyer. But man, Gremlins 3... I mean, Gremlins 2 was okay. But, Gremlins 1 was the best, and that was all that was really ever needed. But yeah, I really hope the new Spaceballs is just making fun of all of these reboots. Because it's kind of redonkulous that it's even happening. I need to put some polysporin on Scratch. Hopefully that will help it heal. Because I heal like shit. Sorry for the noises. That my little drawer of medical stuff and important things is right next to the microphone. Because I don't have a boom arm. But yeah, there's so many good things that they could make that are out there. Like, there are so many good novels that could have, you know, a great audience, but nobody pays attention to them because people just don't read anymore. Mostly because they don't have the time to read. A lot of people just don't have the time to read. Or they haven't been introduced to reading as, like, a relaxing hobby. I know Evan was talking about his book talk girlies and how he's like, anime fans? Pfft, they ain't got shit. They have no money. They haggle on prices all the time because they're all poor. Book talk girlies are like, yeah, I'll drop $130 on that set of dice for no reason. Like it's nothing. And I'm just like, oh, imagine being able to do that and not have to care about money. Oh, yeah, it's definitely suffering from the shortened attention span. And I hate how people call listening to an audiobook reading now. Like, it's not reading, you're listening. Those are two different activities. I understand you're still consuming the story, which is great. Absolutely do that. Support authors. Mostly because I am one and I was thinking of doing writing today. Co-working stream, anybody? Rather than just playing Minecraft and wasting my time. But, yeah, I hate it when people call listening to an audiobook reading. Because you're not reading. You are consuming the story, but you're listening to a story. I listen to creepypastas all the time. Usually when I'm, like, doing art offline, I'll have a creepypasta going in the background, or, like, a police cam story. So I'm usually listening to the police body cam things. And not actually watching, because, well, I mean, you can hear what's happening. It's usually just a lot of people swearing, and thus a lot of bleeping. But, no, reading is good for you. Handwriting and hand drawing are very good for you. We do too many things digitally. Like, even for me, doing these digital paintings, like, while it's increasing my skill, I think it would be better to try doing some stuff on actual paper, which is why I've been prototyping the little puzzle packets on paper. I've got an Obsidian file now, listing everything that I want to do with them and setting up like the little cursors and stuff. If you haven't seen that yet, Uthway, we're working on something for Conquest, which are little curse packets. And so you can get a blessing or a curse from a character for the cost of 3 copper. It's like a fortune telling kind of thing. Yeah, so they're folded using the Victorian puzzle purse method, which was for writing letters. I don't know what Ben Drowned is. Let's see. Don't mind the tattoo thing. Those were for references for the writing. So these are Victorian pocket puzzles. They were often used to write love letters or just letters to your friends. Just like a little fun thing the Victorians did. Well, yes, I can tell that Ben Drowned is a creepypasta if you're bringing up Sonic.exe. But I don't know either one of those well enough to really say. I don't even know what Ben Drowned is, so yeah, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't give my opinion on it. But yes, so these are like little fortune tellings. I call them curse packets because the Demora think they can only curse things because they're very petty and fickle creatures. So they use up their curse energy a lot by cursing each other. And the way it always worked was if you cast a curse, then it breaks your power line. So it's basically like resetting your gauge each time. So the longer you go without casting curse, the more powerful your next curse is. So my character at the LARP, he had his magic sealed for a long time. So if a Demora were to go from like say age 20, which is still relatively early in childhood for them, to the very end of their lifespan, which is about I think the oldest one is like 210 or something ish. And they cast a curse using the last of their power at the end of their life, without having succumbed to their nature as a demon. to be petty to one another. The kind of curse that they would be able to cast would be like civilization changing. It's kind of like world level of magic where you can rewrite a rule of the world. I think rewriting laws of physics is a little bit different, but rewriting like the rules of your species. Sorry, my headphones just went low battery in my ear and it scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna have to switch to the speaker soon. Like they could rewrite how some of the magic in their species works. Like, one of the things that eventually is supposed to happen to the Demora is that Nameless uses his energy to rewrite the fact that the commanding voice actually exists. So, typically, female Demora are born with an ability to use a commanding voice where they can. It's kind of like the voice from Dune, where if you give someone an order in a certain way, they are compelled to obey it. And Nameless really hates this thing because it's just part of his history. He really hates it. His princess ordered his house brothers who worked with him, serving her, to lie down in the lava so that she could cross a relatively short patch of lava that would have been, you know, defeated by dropping a big tree into it and creating a bridge. But instead, she decided to walk over them because she was very, very evil. Mostly, she came to power by assassination and murder. So, explains a lot about her. She doesn't have great power, but she was very vicious and insidious. And so he really hates that commanding voice because of that. And so eventually he uses the energy that has been stored up after he was forced to become immortal, and then his magic was sealed by the collar that he's wearing, which is what that yellow thing around my neck is. And yeah, so he uses up a lot of his energy doing that. But because he has so much energy in him, because his magic was sealed for like 700 years, that's like, I'm not even sure what kind of damage he could do to the universe itself if he loses control of it. But if he were to lose control of it, it would rip his soul to shreds. And he would become something else. We're talking like Cthulhu levels of kind of creature. And he would not be himself, and that terrifies him. He's already had his name taken away. So he's just like, I gotta figure out how to get rid of this. And so, in the context of the character that I play for Mythodia, he's using his energy by siphoning it off into these little packets. And the way it works is he takes the paper, he folds it up, and then he casts a spell on it. So he doesn't even know what kind of fortune is in there. He's just pumping his energy into this thing, and it has like a thread of fate woven into it. And when you pop it open, it initiates that magic that connects that thread of fate to the person who's opened it and tells them their fortune. So that's all he knows. He doesn't know what else is in these packets. The outside is always the same for all of them because that's how the spell is sealed in to it, and then when you open it up, it gives you all of the information about what your fate is for that day. So it's like a daily fortune telling thing. And when people receive those, they can play them how they like. So there will be in one corner the curse or blessing. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups. In one corner, it'll be the curse or blessing written in English, and in the other corner, it'll be written in German. So I've got to find someone to help me translate that because the LARP is in Germany. My German is not good enough to translate it on my own. But I will certainly give it a good whack. Try it. Probably will butcher it. But it's neither here nor there. And the curses can range from prosperity to adversity, being the extreme ends of the positive and negative scale. There will be very few of those, but I intend to make probably about 100 of them. And sell them for 3 copper. Or 1 free Velita card. So you can let me randomly choose a card from whatever free Velita cards you're using for trading. And then you get to select a packet from the packet pouch. And so they'll either have a blessing or a curse written in them. And then you can play that however you like. Whether the curse hits you right away or hits you later when you least expect it, depending on what the instructions are. Like some of them are the fastest example I can give for like a really low level, like we're talking inauspicious curse, or it might be neutrality. I'm still playing with the idea of neutrality, where you flip a coin and you choose either and you get either the positive or negative curse that's written on there, and they're usually very light. Like, for the next 30 minutes, whenever you're in conversation, you'll feel the urge to cluck like a chicken here and there, kind of thing. So you'll be like, okay, blah 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 blah, just something funny. And the positive will be something like, you feel the urge to go pick flowers. Which are like things that I've seen. So like, have a good time. Or go you feel the sudden urge to go get yourself a good snack. Or go have a good drink with friends. And it's just like a little bit of play that leads you to something that might be fun. So if you find yourself at Conquest of Mythodia and you're feeling a little bit bored, you come and find me and you pay me 3 copper, which is nothing, but it's a lot to my character, who's sort of like myself, who's cursed to have poverty. And you get one of these packets and it will create gameplay for you without interfering with the whole of the world. And that's just how I want to play the game. I finally figured it out. I want to create play for other people. I think that fulfills my need as a creative person. And out of that 3 copper, you get a cool piece of art and some fun memories. You can also pay €1 for them if you like. It's called foreign currency, but euros are referred to as foreign currency. So you can pay €1 for them if you don't have any copper and you still want to like have play. Or if you have a free Velita card, you trade it to me. Because Nameless basically feeds off of the energy of free Velita cards, and they're the saucy cards that are I can't show them on Twitch because the female ones have their tits out usually. The guys never show anything more than like the high thigh or like the deep V, bare chest. But they don't show any of the dangly bits. Leaves Nameless a little bit disappointed. Tibbies, yeah. Yeah, the titties are out on the female cards usually. Nameless collects the male cards, of course, because he's actually a gay incubus. And he's terrified of women. He's less terrified of women, but he's terrified of Demora women. So if anyone ever plays a female Demora, he'll probably have a pretty negative reaction to them. But I'm trying to write up the Demora in such a way that allows people to play them. Tits out, ass up. So I want to yuck. Okay, Goofy. So funny because once it got to the yuck, the whole phrase just turned into Goofy's voice for me. It's so horrifying. Yes, Goofy has children. I know. I know Goofy fucks. Goofy is the one Disney tune to canonically fuck. That is very true. Yep, because he has kids. Niff! Thanks for the hydrate and the pasta shake, everybody, on Shrimp Thine Spines. I've been pretty active already, so I don't need to do much on shrimping. But everybody become conch lobster on Shrimp Thine Spines. Stretch out, change crustacean forms. Oh, Necromancer, what's wrong? I took my pills already, Neff. Apparently I'm too loud. Cheese is closing my door again. I know my headphones are about to run out of power, and I'm very annoyed by this. Because I can't operate them while plugged in. They turn off. I don't even know where the charge cord is. Where have I put it? Have you checked your butthole? Goddamn Tom Hardy. Living in my head. Now I'm looking for the cable and I can't find it. Because I moved stuff looking for my, I found it. It had fallen on the floor. I moved stuff looking for my, whatchamacallit, my Advil the other day. What cable is this for? Oh, this is for the battery charger. The portable battery. This one is for the headphones. We'll just plug in the cord for now. When the headphones do finally run out of battery, we'll have to switch to the speaker for a little bit. But yeah, that's the story of the curse packets. I'm still deciding what to call them, but the Demora always call their powers curses. Because they only ever use them to pettily curse one another, like, you know, the chicken cluck thing. And so when Nameless creates one of these, it seals in a line of red thread. So the thread of fate from Asian culture. And when the person opens the packet, that's when it connects to their thread of fate and draws the curse or blessing onto the paper. So until you crack it open, it's theoretically blank. Nerd! Yep, I'm a nerd and a weeb. Proudly so. And yeah, that's the gameplay that I want to create for people at Conquest. So I'll take suggestions for blessings and curses that are open to interpretation and easy for people to play, like a misfortune one. Yeah, Schrodinger's paper. A misfortune one would be like you fail to draw your weapon properly, or like you fumble your weapon next time you're in a fight, which is something I would do even without being cursed. Yeah, I was eating a knockwurst yesterday for lunch, and a knockwurst is a kind of sausage, by the way, that we buy here, and it was really hot, and I bit into it, and the skin on it was like really rough. Well, not rough, but it's thick, and it's hard to break. And when it did finally break, it made me juggle the rest of the sausage. So I was sitting there and I pulling it off, and then I'm like, I'm such a klutz. Can't even handle a sausage. I did that with a carrot once too. I went to go eat a carrot at a Halloween party, like a little baby carrot with some dip on it, and oh wait, no, it didn't have any dip. It was just a plain baby carrot. Oh no, they're not squirty sausages. Yes, I juggled a sausage. I've also juggled a carrot. Anyways, I went to bite into this baby carrot, and I don't know, I spazzed out or something, and and I'm just like sitting there, and this was in police foundations in the class, and one guy had just looked over at me just as it happened, and I was just like, the carrot goes flying up in the air, and I'm just, I'm like fumbling, snatching it out of the air. I catch it and then pop it in my mouth, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Yep. It's the same thing with the sausage. I juggled the sausage, but I didn't drop it. I do that with a lot of things. Just Butterfingers McGee over here. But no, the knockwurst aren't squirty sausages. They're just they're firm. They've got a firm skin. I told you I'm in gremlin mode today. All the people missing. Good form today, yes? Oh man, I haven't felt this good in a while. Yesterday I was just like so drained, and today I have so much energy, and I don't even know what happened, what the difference is. We did have some friends over for dinner because we were hosting crafting night, and then Kavach had to go take care of her mother-in-law for something. I think her mother-in-law is very sick, so she had to go take care of her mother-in-law. So she didn't even show up to dinner. She was gonna show up, but then she got stuck in Ottawa traffic, and ended up not making it to dinner. But Pineapple Skunk and Mechanicore came over. Oh, God, what's his username? I keep calling him Mechanicore, but he has another username that he goes by. It's like Thunder something, or something Thunder. Ugh, it's driving me crazy. Hold on, I think he's on one of my other Discords, so I can check. Where are my friends servers? You know, I hate how Discord streamer mode leaves you unable to see people's names. Vigorous Thunder, there it is. Streamer mode, there it is. Turn that back on. There we go. So, Vigorous Thunder is mechanic art. Yes! There are reasons. So, Pineapple Skunk and Vigorous Thunder are the other two who come to crafting. It was Pineapple is the one who created the crafting group because she wanted she wanted social interaction, but not too much social interaction, which is why she's not comfortable with other people coming, even if they're like my best friend from childhood. So like Mew Juice, I'm not allowed to bring Mew Juice because they don't know each other. She hasn't met her, and she gets very anxious meeting new people. But because I'm Cheese's sister, I am allowed to be at craft night. So I think until Pineapple meets Mew Juice, I don't think anyone else is really going to be allowed to join craft night. And we like to rotate craft night between people's places, and I know Mew Juice's place can't really host because it's too small. Who wants social interaction? What do you think I do for a living? That's what this is. This is social interaction. And sometimes I get some art done. After a couple of months, I really need to work on that. I don't feel like doing any art today. I'm just not up for that today. We might do some doodling. Who knows? But I'm actually having a really good time just chatting right now. So maybe we'll switch the category to just chatting. There. Hello? I selected just chatting and it changed it back to art when I hit done. Stupid OBS. Why are you so dumb? I need to figure out a multi-stream system for OBS. Because I think I'd like to start streaming to Kick as well. I'm gonna need a bigger monitor. I'm gonna need a second monitor, which means I'll need a bigger desk, which means I'm gonna have to do some carpentry this weekend. But before I can do that, I have to clean the garage. And it's getting cold. There's no insulation in the garage. I don't know how I'm gonna do like the stain on my desk if there's if it's too cold to have stain. I'm gonna have to do it in the basement. But there's no room in the basement. There's too much stuff. Help. The conundrums I face. First world problems. There's 4 people in this house with 30 plus years worth of stuff. It's problematic. Although the neighbor down the street is borrowing my mom's old sewing machine. Like her old one. And not the one that I got from her, but like it was the one that she always used in my childhood. So, a neighbor down the street's borrowing that. He seems like a fantastic guy. He's learning how to make his own clothes because he needed to make some new covers for his seats in his car. And he's like, what else can I do with this? This is kind of fun. And so he started learning how to make his own clothes. So he showed me a shirt that he had made yesterday and he was wearing it. I was like, that's pretty good. And so he was looking for one of the old Pfaff machines that has, it's spelled Pfaff. Yeah, Pfaff. He was looking for one of the old Pfaff machines that has the walking foot built into it. Normally, you can get this additional kind of walking foot that you can put on your sewing machine. So the little part that you put the fabric under, that's the little flat piece that holds it down, is called a foot. Okay, and you can change out these feet. Sorry, necromancer. You can change out these feet on your sewing machine for different things. So they have something called a dog leg, which is in addition to the sewing machine foot that sort of acts like a walking foot, but it's not as good as having a built-in walking foot on the sewing machine. So my Oma's machine, which was my mom's machine when she was in her like late teens, early 20s. It's just a horrifying necromancer talking about a different kind of feet. But the thing is, it looks kind of like a foot. Yeah, so a lot of machines aren't built with a walking foot built into it. It has a feeder on the bottom. So the bottom plate of the sewing machine has a feeder that pulls the fabric through as you're sewing. So you don't have to push the fabric through. It feeds it for you. The walking foot helps with doing the feeding on top. And because normally it just feeds from the bottom. But if you're sewing a slippery fabric or something really stretchy, because it's not being walked or fed from both the top and bottom, your fabric can get stretched out of shape, and that causes wrinkles and warping and puckering, and it looks bad. So you have to have either a dog leg or a sewing machine with a built-in walking foot, and higher end sewing machines will have that built-in walking foot. My sewing machine, my Singer Heavy Duty, does not, so I have a dog leg edition for it, for sewing stretchy fabrics. And then, of course, you have to change the needle out depending on what kind of fabric you're sewing too, because there are different shapes and sizes of needles depending on the weave or the stretchiness or the thickness of the fabric that you're sewing as well. So there's actually a lot to sewing with a machine, but it's pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it, and changing out these parts really not difficult. With the feet, it's literally you lift the foot, you tap the foot, and it comes off its little leg, and then you place the new foot underneath. You close it down so it locks in place, and then you can lift it up again, slip your fabric underneath, lock it down again, and start sewing. It's really that easy. All these attachments, like you have a special attachment for buttons. So you have a button foot, and what you do, it has got this little like stretcher thing on it, that you take the button that you have and you place it in this little slot. It doesn't sew the button down for you. It's for making the button holes match the size of the button that you have. So you can sew a buttonhole that is perfect for your buttons without having to sew it manually. And it does the whole back and forth and like squares it off for you automatically, because the sewing machine has this foot on it that limits the movement of it and forces it to go in the direction that it's supposed to when sewing this thing down. And then all you have to do is take a very sharp pair of scissors or a very sharp knife and cut the fabric between the two lines of the buttonhole, and it's there. You've got a buttonhole. It's really, really quite neat. So then you have a buttonhole that matches your buttons perfectly. Machinery is so cool. Who would have thought sewing would be cool, huh? It's just so neat how these things work. And like you can, even on basic sewing machines, you can change the the size of the stitch and how far apart the stitches are. So you can change the width and depth of the stitch, how fast it goes. And so you can sort of fake embroidery using a sewing machine. You can sort of make a false serger stitch to seal the edges of fabric that frays a lot, so that you don't have to have a serger to be able to sew fabrics, and then you don't have to French seam or fell all of your seams. So felling a seam is going afterwards. You've made a seam, and then you fold the fabric that's left over on the edges inside and down, and then you tack it down with like a hand stitch. That's called felling. And a French seam is when you sew the clothes wrong side together, flip it inside out so right sides are together, sew it again. That's for hiding the raw edges. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Welcome. We're talking about sewing machines. You're missing good talk. Good tech talk. So, yeah, we're talking about sewing for some reason. I forget how I got onto this subject. But, oh yeah, clearing the basement and the garage so that I can do carpentry, so that I can make a bigger desk. So that I can have a second monitor, so I can stream to multi-sites without taking up too much space on my monitor. TED Talk will say, yeah, we're just chatting today. I'm just vibing. It's already been an hour. Wow. Already a third of the way through stream. What is going on? Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, fine. I'll take my sips. Take my sippies. And there's one. And there's two. Hey, say, what? Cora's on a 15 stream streak. Woohoo! Thanks for making it to 15 streams, Cora. I appreciate it. Spam them meow motes if you got them. Chat interaction helps. We're high energy today. Oh, Harley's are named a Stretch. Oh, there's Meowmakin. Fuss row meow. Oh, nice stretch. Thanks, Harley. Something just fell down. What just fell down? Hello? Oh, I knocked over my water bottle. I don't keep the water bottle on my desk because when I go to refill it, it's always wet on the bottom, and I don't want to get the MDF on this desk wet. Finish that stretch. There we go. Oh, that felt so good. Thanks, Harley. Stretches are good. Oh, man. So much energy today. God, what am I going to do? Why did it... Apparently, silly bish is a bad term. It's considered bullying. Seal that shit, you silly bish. Look, I bought this desk in high school, okay? Actually, I think I bought it just after I graduated from high school. It's at the end of its life. Bich. I want to go back to my pine desk because it was a little bit longer. This desk is wider than the other one. So I have a little bit more room to maneuver, but it's only like a 2-inch difference in width, whereas the length is like another 8 or 9 inches. Bish. Ah. So yeah, I would like my longer desk, but I need to create a top shelf for it, and to do any of the work. Another 8 to 9 inches. Hell yeah, the bigger the better. Yeah, it's just one of those days, man. So, yeah, in order to do all of that, I need to make room in the garage. And I'm very slowly making room, but there's a lot of things in there. First of all, there's 2 bicycles that need to be mounted on the wall. I don't know how to do that. I don't know if my dad wants me to do that. So, if I'm allowed to do that, it'll be 3 inches long, but equally as wide. Hey, it's not about the size, it's how you use it. Or so I'm told. God, what was the second word again? Is I'm wishing you a good day. I wish thee a good day, I think, Cora, right? It's like a cheese wheel! Holy Christ. He's doing the weird Anglo speak. Is it pronounced kind of like, willing? You willing? Check my DMs. Christ. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. What nonsense have you sent me now? Harley! Harley's being saucy in the DMs. He likes to tease me. I've been in them, it's fun. Well, the problem with being like Aero and possibly like to some degree Ace. Yeah, Harley likes to tease me because he likes the noises that I make when I am flustered. That's why you guys always compliment me and I freak out. I'm like, illegal! Harley's being illegal, but in a saucy way. Illegal. I'm just like, I don't know how to react to this. Yes, Carter. I'm drinking. I promise you I'm drinking. No! No, you! Look at you. You're like a linguist, man. I'm just like, I can barely English. Say the great. Careful, it's gonna go to my head. Then I'll become like Genghis Khan. Fuck the world. Literally and figuratively. Ah! The first king of Demora. The original the original concept for Nameless was that he was less shy and more defiant. Sorry, my headphones just went low battery. My ears again. They're complaining muchly, aren't they? Like, how dare you work us to death here? I say, if we come to Mooch and conquer my lands. I don't even know how to respond to that. But yeah, the original concept for Nameless was that he was basically reborn or summoned back from the dead into the body of a more modern Demora. But he was one of the first male Demora to like rise up against the control of the matriarchy. Stop trying to riz the streamer. And he was murdered. Like, he had been successful, and the Ninth Island was his home, and so he was the first Demora king, and the last Demora king. And he was one of the few males born with commanding voice before it was kind of bred out of him. And he was also the one who created the written version of curse magic. The Keen. And then he was betrayed by the princesses who destroyed his island. It wasn't the 9th island, it was the 10th island. There were 10 islands initially, and they destroyed that one. Using a group curse, kind of like the way Nameless was cursed by the group of Demora that were all enslaved by the humans. They cursed him to be immortal, to continue suffering. The Nameless King. Nameless. The Nameless King. But yeah, that was the original story for Nameless. So like the very first round of Level Up LARP, that's kind of what I had written. So instead of being exiled, he escaped instead. But then I went with something that was a little bit more reasonable. And that would be easier for me to play. Say, summon your son. Why would I summon Etros? Why does he need to be summoned? This kind of bothers me that I'm old enough to be his mother. Almost. Because they're a cute and good bean. Yeah. Look. First of all, I have to live with the fact that I'm a woman in the first place. It's okay, I can get away with being pretty and nobody complains about it. The benefits to being a girl. You can be pretty and wear makeup and do girly things, and nobody gets mad at you for it. It doesn't help that you are daddy, TM. Oh, sorry, it doesn't help. uh, I'm kind of like the mom friend, quote unquote. Uh, nah, Nameless doesn't like being touched. He's an incubus that can't abide being touched. So I'll stick with the saucy cards and the porn for now. Aline gave me a gift of these erotic coloring books that she bought from another person at the LARP. So I've gotta give her a shell next year. So when I get to Conquest next year, I'm going to give Aline a shell as a draw me like a Demora girls. Draw me like one of your Demora women. But yes, I have erotic coloring books. The mask stays on though. Don't we all? I don't know. It's a thing I've never owned before, but they're tasteful erotic. They're not like pornographic erotic. You know, they're just like sexy men and sexy women. So I have one that's I have one book that's women and one book that's men. And of course, Nameless would probably never touch the women's book, but it's just part of the smut collection. It's why he prefers the male Frivolita cards. So like he'll trade a female card for a male card unless there's a female card that he kind of likes, which means it's a female card that I kind of like. So there's one that I have that is the one that was on the mead that I got. So I've got the bottle here. And it has a husband and wife on it, and they both have a card of their own. But their label has their cards on it. So their mead label slash wine label has their images from their card on it together because the cards are a pair. And if you have the cards, you can get them signed by them when they're selling the mead. But I didn't get the woman's card until just after I had purchased the mead, and I was just like, no, because they were only signing them during the period when they were selling their mead. Milk daggers? I'm not. I'm just gonna stare at you. I'm just gonna stare at you. Nip knobs. Milk teeth? The fuck are. I don't spend enough time on the internet. I'm just an innocent Demora, okay? I may be pure QB. Oh, baby teeth. No, apparently milk daggers are nip nops. It's probably a good thing. Yeah, no, I'm still too much of an innocent baby. One of the excuses I use for looking like so feminine for a Nameless, because, well, unfortunately women, is that when he was cursed he was still quite young. So he didn't like fully mature into like a full male Demora where it's more like sexy incubus. He's more like Cute boy incubus. Milk daggers, meat antennae. Wow, Harley. Just wow. I just call them nip-nops. I'll gift you a bollock dagger. Ah! I know what bollocks is. Chesticles. Yeah. No, that's the whole thing. Including the nip-nops. The chesticles are the whole thing. It's funny because I'm sitting here with, like, my hands on my chest as if you can see me, like, holding them. God. Today's a good day. Bollock dagger. The knife with balls. Yes, I know what a bollock dagger is. It's hilarious, too. I should design the bag that I'm gonna use to hold all of my my little curse packets in, because I think I've decided on the size of paper that I'm gonna use. The 15 by 15 makes a good size of packet. 15 centimeters, not 15 inches. 15 inches, that makes a huge packet. I would like the packets to be small, but not too small. And I'm probably gonna make like 100 or so of them. Those funny medieval European men. Yeah, yeah. I love the gilded pages in, like, historical books where the scribes are, like, just drawing the most insane, unhinged shit in the margins. Scribes were repressed, man. They needed to let that shit out. Humans have not changed one bit. They were making memes since the dawn of time. I love that. It's like, we have not changed. Only our technology has changed. They need to add balls to firearms. I mean, well, we've got truck nuts, so, you know, that's a thing. God, I hate the truck nuts. I hate and love them at the same time, because it's like, you know exactly what kind of person that is. It's when you get, like a little Geo or a Yaris, and then you put truck nuts on it. That, you know what that kind of person is. They're just funny. The people who put truck nuts on an actual truck are, like, rednecks who think they're manly, and they're just, like, the most annoying incels you could ever meet. Ugh! You still got me trying to dodge that one. But then you get someone who puts truck nuts on a Yaris, you're like, hee hee hee. You're just making fun of all the truck nuts, dudes. I would totally do that. If I had, like, some, like, shitty Geo, or, like, one of the Chinese electric cars, and they're called BSD. I'd put truck nuts on it just to make fun of the guys who put truck nuts on because they think they're cool and manly. My friend Christine, she got a blind box at one of the conventions that's just filled with, like, leftover products, and she got one of the Mad Max stickers. And it says, my other ride is a war rig. So it reminds me of the time I saw a red and black flannel bulldog with the truck nuts on their Jeep. But you see, she's awesome. It's like, you know, she's just vibing, right? She's probably an interesting human being. It's like the author of Manly Guys Doing Manly Things. It's a webcomic. If you haven't seen it yet, it's hilarious. Uh, yeah, yeah. And the author of Manly Guys Doing Manly Things, she's like that too. She's just like this really big, beefy lady who dresses and looks like a biker. And she's a complete nerd, and I love it. A dike is a berm, actually, not a ditch. She also smokes big cigars. Yeah, like she is like the manliest man ever manned. And I love her. She's beautiful. She's a vibe. I would be friends with this person. She would definitely make a great Demora Murex. The Murex is a seashell. So in the Demora Society, everything's like represented by shells, which is why we have the little star shells, which are kind of like money. But also shells are used to represent like your place in society. And the cone snail shell, the cone snail is one of the most toxic snails on Earth. Like they're deadly. Don't get stung by a cone snail. Her porn comic is also really hot. Yeah, it is. Uh, but yeah, when you saw the when you mentioned the red and black flannel lady, uh, Kelly is exactly the kind of person I thought of. Hmm. Uh, but yeah, so the warriors of the Demora kind are represented by the Murex shell, which is a very spiny kind of snail, or sea snail, slug, whatever. I have her Giovanni X IT search comic. I don't know what that one is, but let's see if I can find a Murex. Oh, there's my dad. So the Murex shells are these really spiny ones, so they represent like the warrior class of the Demora. I'll show it to you soon. Okay. So I figured like the spiky shell of doom that keeps away predators would be like a dike is an irrigation channel at the bottom of a ditch in England. Oh, in Holland they're different. Oh, the Netherlands. I'm pretty sure a dike was a dam. But yeah, uh, someone like Kelly would definitely be the vibe for a Murex Demora. And like the reason I give scallop and clam shells and stuff to people as friendship gifts. You give one half of a shell to someone, that means they're your friend. If you split a shell with two halves with someone, that's sort of like a marriage ceremony. That means you're married to that person and you're monogamous with them. They are one of the words with many different uses in different places. Yeah. So like Nameless is of the Scallop class, which is a special restricted class because he's a purebred incubus, well, as pure as they know. So it's possible that there are no pure QB left, just like there are no pure other types of demons left. There's only varying grades of QB. But Nameless is as pure as they come in terms of bloodline. So he's like a restricted class of QB that are used for generally breeding more princesses. And so, like, their whole lives are kind of set out for them. They're not allowed to have relations with others. They are only for making princesses. And so you have to, yeah, if you're a Demora female and you want to breed, you have to, like, make an appeal to the courts. And the courts can decide if you're permitted, if you have enough social standing to use one of the scallops. But in Nameless's case, his princess wanted him to herself because she's a psycho, and she kidnapped him in the night, faked his death in the sea, and and then cursed him to have no name. As like a form of domination in a way, and she did that with all of her servants. She was one of those ones, like I said earlier, that like controlled her island and rose to power through more insidious and murderous ways. And if you're like a princess or working in the government at like high levels, or your nobility, you're represented in the cone snail class because they're so venomous. Nice, the Hydrocora. And then there's a few different ones that I've come up with. I think the Cowrie class is the sort of like intellectual and academics, and like you can change classes throughout your life as well. I can't remember what the mercantile class is. The only class that's not represented by a shell. Your cat is having a nap. That's adorable. The only class that's not represented by a shell is the entertainment class. So artists, musicians, etc. They're represented by the hibiscus flower. And depending on the color of the hibiscus that they use, it represents their artisanal skill. Oh yeah, there was a builder's class as well. I can't remember which shell that they used. I have it written down, but I can't remember exactly which shell it was. It's written down on paper too. I have that paper somewhere. Because I still haven't fully unpacked. Some of it is still locked away in boxes, unfortunately. But they're the ones who build like boats and ships. They're the engineers of society. Academics are different, and then there's doctors. I think they fall under academic as well, but also have their own thing. But back to the hibiscus, if you were like a prostitute, which they did have in their society, both males and females could still operate as prostitutes. They would use the pink hibiscus, like a light pink flower, as their color. And often they wore their class somewhere as like visual iconography, so that you could tell who was higher rank than you, because again, Demora are petty like that, and they like to be recognized for their status And they also like to look down on others who are of lower status of them. They tend to be very, very petty that way because they are demons at the end of the day. They're just demons who came up with a very structured society, sort of diverged from like the whole separation, or diverged from the whole like not separation, the whole of the demon race and the concept of demonic creatures. And they've diverged quite far over the course of 50,000 years or so, maybe possibly longer. Their history only goes far back as 50,000 years because that's when the last time the Super Caldera exploded and they had a huge bottleneck in their population. Lore! I didn't think you'd get lore dumped today, did ya? Cora, did Etros ever get his cat? I know he was getting a Maine Coon, but he hasn't posted any pictures of his kitty. Also, I want to start thinking about like Kickstarter and rewards for LARP Town as well. I know, I think it was Neff who sent me yesterday in the dwelling channel. Yeah, the strongest yurt full build. I haven't had a chance to look at that. Yurts Canada. Do they have a link? Yes. Yurts Canada is, I would rather buy Canadian yurts as opposed to American yurts. Yeah. Whatever land we do end up getting, I think the old military base would be cool because it's, high up. The Weistish have a feudal monarch structure with a higher class of lore keepers. Yeah, a lore keeper in the Demora would be one of the Cowrie class, and they would just be a historian. Lore keeper is a good name for them, though. They price knowledge about their own king. They price knowledge about their own king. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but... Oh, they value knowledge above their king. Oh, okay. Knowledge is power, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of cowries are also in the cone category, but the ones who are cone before cowrie tend to be more politically driven. So the cones are the political class. So you could be like a high noble, and you could even be a princess and still be a cowrie if you wanted. And the princess of the Fifth Island in current times is a cowrie. I might make her as a character, like give her a full profile and everything. She's one of the nice ones. Like she's the one that brings down Nameless, like story wise, from hating all princesses with the fiery burning passion of 1,000 suns to the point of murder, to being like, okay, I will accept you, but only if you're good. Have you ever killed anyone? Yes, but they were all bad. To quote Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies. Which is a great film. If you've never seen True Lies, I absolutely watch it someday. I love that movie. It's so much fun. The whole part where he like thinks his wife is having an affair, because in some ways she actually is. And his buddy's just like, hey, welcome to the club, buddy. Oh, it happens to all of us eventually. And he's just like going on and on and on. And he's like, stop cheering me up. And he like smashes a car window next to it. So, Merrick Skeletor, my character, is above the king's wrath despite not having much political power. Because he's knowledge. Chickadiums. He's semi-toxic Pokemon gym leader, Yowie. Wow. I'm not sure I want to even download that. You know I'm not into Pokemon, right? At all, so I know nothing about the characters. I know there's Ash, Brock, Joy, Misty, and Oak. Oh, is that what you mean by Giovanni? He's the Team Rocket leader, isn't he? Lieutenant Surge, that's what LT is. I thought it was IT. It's the problem with I and L. Well, I'll get to it later. It's eternity in there. What? Death? What? Why? For a second there, I thought it was Cora saying that. I'm like, what? I just saw the green. The Kofifi is done. We switched to 7-Up Zero, which will probably taste terrible after the coffee. Let's find out. How you doing today, Death? I just put the can down, man. Actually, it doesn't taste bad. Normally, citrus tastes terrible with coffee, but I guess 7-Up isn't really actually citrus. It's other things. It's supposed to be citrus flavored, but it's artificial citrus, so I guess it's not as bad. It reminds me of Amisa's Blue. Drink, 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 drink. And a posture check, everybody on Shrimpline Spines. Stretch out, become a lobster. Yeah! Get those little side muscles on your rib cage. Just a little wave back and forth. Like seaweed in the ocean currents. Oh, did I show you guys the changes that I'm going to be making to the overlay? They're not a lot of changes, but, where's the thing? Putting little designs around it to make it a little bit more interesting. Ignore the fact that the canvas now goes far beyond the edge. I still want to make the stream pets too. I've been looking into it. That is the wrong window. Oh, Cora, I want to do some tomorrow world building note stuff. I love it how we're doing world building without the world builder. Tomorrow world building without the world builder. Hello? Oh yeah, I was saying earlier that I want to like start thinking about possible like Kickstarter rewards or things that I can sell to make money to put directly towards LARP Town. Yes, but we're streaming. Do you guys want to be on the stream together? Have you set up your the stream avatars on Fuji after stream? Fine. Oh, but it's TGIF today. I missed the live stream for Skilltree yesterday, didn't I? Or did they take the week off? The Thursday night live stream for the end of last month. Yeah, there's so many things that I need to get done. And here I was like, oh, maybe we'll do co-working today, and I've just been yammering on the whole time. You guys have been listening to me for 2 hours. Like, what is wrong with you people? I talk for a living. Who would have thought I did become rhetorician after all? My university wasn't a total waste, was it? Well, I found out that my student loan is now down to less than $5,000 left. Slowly, the government is paying it off, and every once in a while, when I forget to renew the repayment assistance program, they take like $130 from me. It's every couple of years, they get $130 out of me. Now, if the government just forgives any student, forgives $5,000 of student loan, just for like every student in Canada, that would be fantastic, because then my loan would be wiped out. Because right now, like, if I wanted to go back to school, I wouldn't be able to, because I wouldn't be able to get a loan, because I've taken so long to be able to repay my loan. So I have to wait until my loan is completely paid off before I can get another student loan. But like, there's no point in going back to school anymore. I don't think that there's anything I could do at this point to be able to improve my life educationally anymore. It's good that someone knows peak cinema quote. The cinnamon. Nim nim num. Oh, I want a cinnamon bun. The problem with living in a house that's almost strictly carnivore, well, not so much anymore, but very low carb, is you never get anything really super tasty. Although, it is TGIF today, and I'm the one who has to put together TGIF, because my brother has gone off to a weekend getaway with his friends. So, I am responsible for TGIF today, so it's probably just going to be beer and chips. And maybe bean salad, because there's some left over from dinner last night. I'll see if there's a brie. Maybe I can bake a brie. I'll see what's available. You have friends, Necromancer. But these are like my brother's childhood friends, right? You know, they've been friends since the 90s. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Sorry, my leg is itchy. Trying not to scratch it to the point where I bleed again, because I'm trying to heal. Tasty. But yes, I want to make little Havarti stream pets. Maybe I'll work on that a little bit this weekend too if I find some time. Well, we're your friends, Necromancer. If we can get LARP Town going, then you can come up and hang out with us, live with us. I don't know. I don't know if you like your state or not, or even your country at this point. We'll have to get you out of there. You're a computer guy. You can work from anywhere as long as you got an internet connection. Like, it's nice that Sai's gone back to work too. I'm so happy for her that she's finally in a better place. I'm glad all of my years of helping her advocate to get tests and medicine, and making it through the medicine changes has really paid off for her. Now, if only I could get a job. I might have to take the Canadian Border Services Agency 12 weeks training, which means I probably won't be able to stream during that time unless I get myself a new laptop. I'm also thinking of trying to install Graphene OS on my phone, because Android bloatware, except, oh wait, no, I can't, because Graphene OS won't work on my phone because it's too old. I can't even use Saley on my phone. When I go to Germany, I don't have the option of using Saley because my phone is too old. You're going to do border security? Yeah. Well, I would like to at least be in, like, administration, but I think everybody who joins the CSBA has to take the 12 weeks of training because it's, like, a paramilitary organization kind of thing, and I don't know if their training has a physical component to it because technically, in a way, they're a policing service, keeping us Americans out. Yep, only the dangerous ones. If you want to come spend money here, like, we're all for it. Go right ahead. Come, you're welcome. Just don't bring MAGA hats and you're good. Don't bring any maggots with you. We don't like them. They're gross. But, no, Canada, we still like Americans. You're still our neighbors. It's just, what's one way I heard it put? By this comedian. It's, there's a famous Canadian comedian. And the way he put it was like, you've been living in this house for years, and you've known your neighbors for like decades, and then some new people move in, and they're just the worst, and they are the worst sort of human beings, and you just don't know how to handle it. You're like, what the hell is wrong with these people? That's what's happened. New people moved into the house, and you're like, they're the equivalent of trailer trash. They're swearing, they're loud at night, they leave garbage in their yard, they have no respect for personal boundaries, they steal stuff off your porch, and they're just generally disrespectful to you, even if you're polite and kind to them, and you just don't know how to handle it. We're just flabbergasted. That's how Canada is right now. We're from way up here in the north. We're just like, what the hell? Like, what kind of white trash redneck hillbilly just moved in next door? We're very confused. Why are you mean and racist? What? Who hurt you? Yeah, if a fun Friday night is your neighbor blasting country music and shooting guns in the air and drinking beer and leaving trash all over the yard and, possibly lighting your house on fire. That's what it's like for us. It's like having the most obnoxiously aggressive, like, angry small dog human of a neighbor. Except that small dog has a very horrible bite, and it likes to gnaw on you. That's what it's like. We're just very confused and alarmed. We're like, do people like this actually exist? And that's what it's like for us. We're just confused. We're just like, who hurt you, man? Why aren't you accepting any help? Go get help. Please. See a therapist. That's what it's like for us. And then, you know, seeing all the things that are happening to the citizens, like the good citizens, and it's like watching your neighborhood decline into a crime zone for us. Like you're watching it happen in real time, and people stop gardening and they stop. Yeah, stop it. Get some help. That's exactly what it's like for us. It's that meme. We are that guy. That's what it's like. We're just confused and alarmed. There goes my headphones. We're switching to the speaker now. It's weird to have my headphones off. Oh god, I can hear everything all of a sudden. Alright, let's plug these in. The headphones, they gave up the ghost. We're on speaker mode now. Which means you'll probably be able to hear all of the music and everything. I have to put my speaker under my desk so that it doesn't get picked up by the microphone. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have to turn down the mic just a smidge so that it's a little bit quieter. I hope that's not too quiet. You guys can still hear me, right? We'll put my speaker like way over here so that I can still hear things. It can stay there. Cool. Alright. Hopefully you won't be able to hear an echo too much. I've got things pointed away from each other, and the microphone turned down a little bit. But the headphones, they charge fast, which is great. But yeah, they just gave up the ghost straight up. They're just like, bleh. I streamed too long yesterday and didn't charge my headphones last night, and I should have. I just forgot because I was really tired after our guests came, and then I was able to have a shower really late at night, and I was just really tired, and I forgot to charge. Isn't my fault. I'm sorry. But yeah, I might have to go for that training. Which would kind of suck, because then I wouldn't be able to stream. I'd probably have to get a laptop, but I would probably also be... I'd probably also be guaranteed a job afterwards. I suddenly got cold. There was something I was gonna look for. Oh, the place where the training, the place where I have to go is like a 2-hour drive, not even. So, it's actually not far from where I live presently. Like, where Neff lives is like a third of the distance that you would have to travel to get there. Yeah, yeah. Getting a proper job would really help, and then I could just, if I could stay in Ottawa and do like administrative stuff, that would be great because then I can live at home, and my only expenses would be traveling downtown for work, and then I could save every last scrap penny that doesn't exist in our currency anymore. Uh, I could save every last penny for LARP Town, and if I'm careful with them pennies and investments, I could probably very quickly get to a place where I could afford a piece of land like I want and even retire. If I'm very careful and very strategic with what I have, probably 5 years at most. And I would be doing something I would enjoy because it's, still helping people in a less direct way. It's still protecting others and helping an organization that protects people. I've been trying to get into the Waterloo Police for years, and like I've even approached other officers in Waterloo and Kitchener where I lived before and been like, "Hey, how do I get in?" And they're like, "Well, you just gotta wait for a space to open and hope you get it." But it's like I couldn't even get a job as a 911 operator, so I guess there are people just faster with a keyboard than me, because that's where I got eliminated, was speed of use of these keyboards. So, yeah. I'm gonna take a quick break. Everybody get up and stretch your legs. I need to take a quick little break and use a little demon's room. So I'll be right back. I return. I have Tesla. I changed my shirt because apparently the one white shirt I owned, I own, not owned, but own it. I spilled coffee on it apparently. Oh, 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 oh. And I didn't notice until I stood up because I'm so flat chested that I don't even see it until I stand up and look down. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. I have Tesla Babbins. He's so warm. Fluffy baby. Use my fluffy baby. It's cat time. See if I can get him purring. Ooh, Tesla, you're sharp. Some of your demon claws need a trim. Where are your trimmers? His clipper has disappeared on me. Hey, Babbins. Yes, you're so sharp now. Where did your kitty clippers go? There they are. Hidden behind my water bottle. Couldn't see them. Right next to the anvil. Tesla, you're sharp. Oh, ring light is so bright. Why? I didn't even clip it. Aw. Why are you being so fuzzy? He's being fussy today. Listen, Babbins, you're sharp. Oh yeah, I know what it is. It's because you've got too much claw sheath in between your mega claw. This cat has so many problems. There's the sharp one. It was your thumb claw. I promise I'm being very careful, baby. There we go. Why were you being so fussy about this one, huh? No, I'm going to close my door a little bit. They think I'm the one being loud, but they're like talking to each other from the top of the stairs down to the living room. Okay, baby. Here, let's give you some treats. Cat treat bag rustle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. boy. Oh! Cat treat ASMR. Wow, you're not normally so food motivated, but he's eating them all. Tasty snack. Isn't that right, Mama? Did you get a good snack? You got a good snack. My tracking is trying to pick up both me and the cat at the same time. Just watching it bug out. Tesla just wanted attentions and a snacky. Alright, babies. And he hates having his claws trimmed because it probably hurts a little bit, let's be honest. Are you being fussy today? Maybe he has gas. Maybe that's why he's being fussy when I pick him up. Did you eat too much tuna yesterday and get gas? Are you lonely because you don't have any cats? He saw himself in one of the mirrors that I brought home yesterday. It's just tucked up on the landing of the stairs. And he was trying to look on the other side for the cat. Because I think he's never been without other cats in his life, and now he's alone, and I think he's just lonely. And it feels really bad because, like, my dad won't let me get another cat, even if it's a stray that I rescue and pay for myself. Say the great, I am not great. I am petite. I am only petite. Thank you, Harley. I will accept good. Potatoes are delicious. Strange tubers live in the dirt. We get too much sun, we become toxic. Oh man, my ring light is so bright that it's doing the making me look angry thing. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. I hope my headphones charge soon. It's a weird, say the great potato. No, you! Oh no, my chair is starting to squeak. I've only had it a year. No! Harley. Stop trying to riz a streamer. Illegal. Prove what? The potatoes turn toxic in the sun? Well, we turn green. Be gay, do crimes. I am just potato. I am potato. Just vibing. Tesla's at his little water bowl. Why is the crick of my elbow itchy? Nip murder. Red rum. Is that how it works? In some places, you're doing crime just by being gay. Someone from Skilltree messaged me, and their name is True Talent. And they're like, hey, I just checked out your channel. I've got to say, I really like the effort you're putting into your streams. How long have you been streaming? And I'm like, this immediately sounds like a scam, because you've never spoken to me before on Skilltree. You could just be like, hey, I pinged you in Skilltree. Do you want to have a chat? You seem interesting. But in Skilltree, publicly, it's like messaging me in private DMs is like kind of like sending me a letter to my house being like, hey, I saw your streams. I really like them. Want to talk more about stuff? Here's some inane questions, and then I'm gonna try and sell you stuff that you don't need. If gay don't do crime, they become the crime. Yep. I am crime. That's the one question I've always been a little bit confused with, because I'm more masc than femme. But I'm not like straight up trans, because I just don't want to go that far, because I don't want to fuck around with my body more. Like, does that make me gay? Because I like guys and I lean more towards the guy spectrum? What even is gay anymore? So I'm like, I'm not sure, because like I'm biologically female and therefore I'm biologically straight. But emotionally, I'm a homosexual man. I'm so confused. It's the problem with gendering everything. I just know what I'm attracted to and what I'm not attracted to. As for, like, relationship connections, I'm never sure about that anymore. I don't think I was ever sure about that in the first place. Just inexperienced in what I liked and didn't like. But I've never been the, like, jump someone's bones because I can person. And I think the term is demi. Where, like, I have to have a strong emotional bond to the person before I would want to go anywhere with them in that regard. Like, it has to be very strong. Otherwise, I'm, like, ace in every other case. Oh, hey, it rhymes. It's very confusing. I just exist in the way that I do. I've given up on like trying to like find or force any sort of relationship amongst myself with anyone. I'm just like, if stuff happens, it happens. At this point, the whole like you're supposed to do this kind of thing, like, why? But like, I've always been that way with everything. It's like, you're supposed to do it this way, and I'm like, why? What if I don't want to do it that way? What if I want to be a boy that wears dresses? Well, you're a girl, but I want to be a boy that wears dresses. But I don't want to be a girl that wears dresses. I've never been a dress kind of girl. Like I said, I've got like this weird split where like my femme side is masculine and my mask side is feminine. It's very weird. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Not having my headphones on doing this is really bizarre. Because I can hear like the echoes of my voice bouncing off like the walls and the closet door and stuff and my computer and monitor. And it gives me like this weird auditory confusion. Let's see how far along these headphones are. Because I'm losing me mind. Battery level high. Bluetooth connected. Yay! I can feel normal again. Yes, this is much better. I think my energy level just like petered off. Just like, I must re-enter gremlin mode. I got distracted. Got up to go to the bathroom, got distracted. The gremlin left me. The muse is gone! What is my avatar doing now? I changed seating positions, that's what. That better? It's a little bit. Oh, wait. Nope, nope. There we go. Things are just like a little bit off today. My avatar's been doing weird things. Meowmote. Tesla just walking by. Ah! First row, meow! I'm so happy to see that emote happen. He's lovely. Meowvakeen is best keen. Fantasy! How you doing? Were you busy today? It was unusual that you're not around. You missed full gremlin mode today. You sound tired. Vassal friend. I'm cold. I'm cold and I'm tired. Look at me, I'm shaking. I'm super happy now. Got my very own model train, wagons and tracks for $50. Ooh, that's good. Wagons. Wagons is in like train cars, right? Not as in like horse and carriage wagons. It's one of those words that's used for multiple different things. Why am I so cold? Crunch. Just putting a blanket on my lap. Don't mind me. Apparently, this is a dangerous activity. You missed lore dump today, fantasy. There's a lot of Demora lore today. I was gonna play Minecraft, but we ended up just chatting because I just didn't want to do art today. Train. Okay. Woo. It's a dark and dreary day today. I don't think it's raining yet, but it looks like it wants to. We can do it again. The lore dump. Lore dump is it's very not dynamic, but spontaneous. Uthway was curious about the curse packets, and then I gave a lore dump. Then Uthway didn't say anything else after that. So I don't know if I scared them away or not. But I do kind of want like I want to make a bag. For carrying all of the give us a Demora history, Professor say? Oh man, that's like it's like 75,000 years, man. That's gonna take a while. I'm not sure I have the energy to do that. Like my energy just like tanked after I went to the bathroom. I got cold. I came back and I got cold, and now I'm just chilly. But I do want to get into some leather crafting, and I want to make a bag for holding the little packets. And it's probably going to be something with a little sort of fancy flap on it. And it's going to be quite large. It'll probably have like a lotus on the front. And probably have the little tassels hanging off the corners. Ugh, don't call me daddy. Just Harley, are you a switch? I should choose a shell design for, like, mysticism stuff. Or maybe I'll just use Damara runes. These things up here. I got no response to that, Harley. Okay, so belt loop is probably gonna like come out the back this way. It's probably gonna have its own belt, let's be honest. Nigelira. 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 It's hard to say. How are you supposed to pronounce that? Okay, there's too much. Highs in the Crippled Necromancer. Yeah. Harley is like constantly horny, man. Could make it purple leather. Purple's very mysticism-esque, isn't it? But it's not within my color palette. Half the time it's just for a bit. Fair enough. Eventually I'm just going to become desensitized to it, Harley. You're not going to get the silly noises that you like. Yeah, I'm not sure how big I want to make this pouch. But if I were to do this, it would be kind of a standout piece. Thanks to Hydrate Cora. And there's an F. It was redeemed posture check. Everybody on Shrimp and Spines. Become Conch Lobster. Ugh. I took a stretch in that case. Christ. Harley! I know we're an 18 plus stream, even though my stream is technically rated for everybody, but if there's youngins in here, let's just face it, kids these days are cooked anyways. You leave Say alone, stop it, or else old Fantasy's gonna come and get you. Fantasy's very protective. I'm just an innocent Demora. We may be derived from saucy demons, some of us are still kind of innocent in ways. Sorry, cousin, I can't do that. Christ. There. Just a little bit bigger so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I didn't mean for this doodle to actually go anywhere. I was just having a thought about the bag. If you don't stop it, you will not get a hug of conquest. Access denied! Order my homemade chocolate chip cookies. I'll just steal them in my Stirling engine-powered wheelchair. Good luck getting over the fields. You'll be confined to the roads. And the paths, such as they are. I don't think I'm gonna have tank treads. I think there's a handicap specific ticket you can get. It's the tank chair. I don't know what's involved in the handicap ticket. Yeah, like what's the difference between that one and a regular one? About half the cost? Yeah, but like, why and how? Like, what does it get you? Like I don't know, because usually like a handicap ticket is very specific and you'd have to prove that, although I don't think they're allowed to demand proof. There has to be a reason why it's like half the cost. because usually handicapped people sometimes need like an assistive handler, so they would have to buy two. Is that it? Yeah. Wouldn't that make it more expensive? Oh, I haven't actually looked at it, so like I know there's a handicap ticket. I just don't know what else you get with it. I just hope they don't do something where they're like, "Oh, you can't use the handicap bathrooms unless you have a handicap ticket," because there was such a problem with people using the handicap bathrooms last year for showering because of the way the showers were so badly designed. Whoever was responsible for that, I hope they got fired. Because that was just like the dumbest thing. And I'm not talking about at Conquest fired, but like fired at the sanitation company or whatever engineering company they used to design them. So this is probably going to be the kind of pouch that I would have for the fortune telling things. It would just be a big bag full of them. Just a big open pouch filled with puzzles. Little puzzle purse thingies. Let's throw some pearls on there. Oops. Maybe some gold beads instead. Not sure I really like the white. Oops. My late arrival was because I was out on a trip, and now I am tired but happy. Talking to Cora, getting things set up to do some of the Tomorrow World building framework. Why are you screaming though? The twat got up without telling me? What do you mean he got up? He just left? Maybe he didn't want to interrupt you. I don't think he meant to be rude about it. He just probably didn't want to interrupt you. So yeah, that's the bag. I think it's going to be a fairly large bag. This probably is an example. Probably going to hang pretty low on the hip. So it can move around a lot. Getting up for a stretch. Stretches are good. You want people to tell you when they're walking away? I will keep that in mind. Cora, thank you for the hydrate. Yeah, that's probably going to be about the size of that pouch. It's going to be pretty big. Because it's going to have to hold a lot of those little thingies. And then I need to make a little more sealable belt pouch for my monies. And I picked up a couple of more pouches at the Little Medieval Fair. In September. They had a really, really, really beautiful pouch there that I really wanted to buy, but I could get 2 pouches for $20 less than that one pouch. But it was chef's kiss beautiful. You're getting echo. From what? The speaker was on, but no sounds coming out of it because all the sounds coming out of my headphones. Are you sure? Oh, Harley streaming VC. Harley, put on some headphones, man. Okay, so that's the pouch. Turn this back on. What's up, Cheese?
You have a good weekend?
Oh, you're heading out?
Well, I'm heading out soon. Sass is going to be here.
Okay, well, say hi to Kavach for me. Hug. There goes my headphones. You have a good weekend. Have fun.
I'll try.
You coming back on Sunday or Monday?
Monday.
Monday? Alright. Have a safe trip. Here's streaming browser. I'd like to... Yep. Take these 2 layers, put them in their own. There. Puzzle bag is now its own folder. Eventually, I will figure out what I want to do for the designs on this paper. I'm just very stumped. It's one of those things that's going to take me a while to figure out, like the Nameless's costume. Oh, and today my weight was down below 315 again for the first time in a long time. It was 314.8. But it's very slowly going down, which is wonderful. Took me a long time to get here. It's going to take me a long time to get it off. But hopefully it will go away and won't come back. Alright. I think we should find someone to raid because it's 12:01. And Evan is streaming. But we can go to someone else too if you like. Bye, Death. You want to go to Troll? We'll go to Tubular Troll. We're off sailing to other waters. Be wary, the seas are a little bit rough today. May you all have a safe travel to the new lands of Tubular Troll. And I will see you guys next time on Monday. You all have a fantastic weekend. I love you. Bye-bye.